So why is it a double standard that when a woman has must-haves and must-not-haves in a relationship, those are just standards. But when a man has must-haves and must-not-haves in a relationship, he's being controlling. You see, this type of comment right here, I'm going to have to add to my list based on the video that went half viral a week or so ago, titled, "What could a woman say that would cause a man to begin to lose interest?" Or a man loses interest as soon as a woman says. This would be the type of statement, because this statement is rooted in emotions and not in critical thinking. And a woman who comes to a conversation responding emotionally first without critical thinking prior to the involvement of emotions is an immediate turnoff. Now, Mia, I am not attacking you, Miku. I'm not attacking you personally, but you got a lot of comments and a lot of go girls under your statement. And there's a problem in your statement in itself, because you're putting the relationship ahead of, we just damn met. So you say, seems like he wants things his way. Of course I do. Of course you do. You should. I do. When I first meet a person, I am only concerned initially about my must-haves and my must-not-haves. I am not concerned about whether or not yours match. Well, I'm not concerned about whether or not yours match mine or not match mine, in the idea that we are already in a relationship, because we are not in a relationship, which is where the emotion comes in, without understanding or caring what his partner feelings are and her expectations about finance and priorities in a relationship. You see how you put relationship before we even met? You understand? You see, because if I were to have met you and I saw you and I said, damn, she hot, let me go talk to her. And I go talk to you. That is the discovery stage. It is in those initial conversations that I am trying to evaluate as to whether or not my must-haves and your must-haves are in harmony with each other. If my must-not-haves and your must-not-haves are in harmony with each other. You see, if I had met you and we're not in a relationship yet, but we're just merely conversating, and I express to you how I do finances in a relationship, I express to you what are the priorities in a relationship, and then you say that no, my finances are my finances and your finances are your finances, but I expect you to do this with your finances as I would do this with my finances, and that doesn't match up my unity of finances, then we will never develop into a relationship. Therefore, I do not have to compromise to your feelings about finances or priorities in a relationship, because we have never entered into a relationship. So you're putting the cart before the horse, because I would never enter a relationship ever again. I did it once, ever again, with somebody whose finances and priorities flies contrary to my finances and priority, because that was a disaster. And I would never, ever do it again. And when I've been in a situation where I've met someone and we start developing and communicating with each other to see if we want to be in a relationship, and they express that they run counter to those things, I quickly end the conversation. There is no more need for us to continue to develop into a relationship. So that is not controlling. That is merely identifying what is a good match and what is not a good match. But the idea that you would put your emotions before your critically thinking, because you did not conceptualize that in the beginning we just talking, and automatically jump to a relationship, and automatically that the man needs to compromise, is one of those things that would make me say, this is not the type of person that I want to be. We could be good friends. We could easily be good friends. We could easily be associates. That's fine. That's good. I have women who are some of my best friends that I know we could never be in a romantic relationship, but we have enough that we are really good friends. And that's where it ends at that point. Because then those other points of finances and priorities in a relationship, they don't matter. What she thinks doesn't matter. What I think about her in her relationships doesn't matter, because there is critical thinking prior to the emotional state of you got to compromise because we're in a relationship. No, that is a huge turnoff. And I see that constantly in any of the videos to which I talk about relationships, because people are pulling from the position that they're already in the relationship. When I talk about ensuring these things before you get into the relationship, and that's what you should be focused on, ensuring that your must-haves are met and your must-not-haves are also met, so that the person doesn't exhibit any of your must-not-haves before you get into a relationship, so that you don't have to compromise once you are in a relationship. You have a stronger position to have a longer lasting, more loving, and more compatible relationship when you go through a thorough investigation of the person and watch them over time to see if their actions are fitting to the words that came out of their mouth. So you have a great day, young lady. And I hope that you are in a relationship where y'all are compatible as hell. If not, I hope you find a relationship where y'all are compatible as all get out. But until such a time, you have a great day. And always remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.